am very pleased to present to you our director, Dr. Setyawaman Panchanathan, known to us affectionately as Dr. Panch. You are all aware of his many accomplishments and contributions prior to him joining the National in June of 2020. The three things that I love about his leadership. First, the passion that he brings to everything that he does. When you listen to him, you're ready to go out and conquer the world. So be careful after this talk that you don't run off. Second, he is a visionary. He sees beyond the day to day and he sees how the impossible can become possible. And third, he has a passion for ensuring equity, not just with the EPSCoR jurisdictions, but throughout our country. And so these things excite me about him. And you can go online and read about all of his many accomplishments. But I want you to hear from Dr. Panch.
Thank you very much, Loretta. It takes one to know one, as they say. Your passion, your commitment to inclusion and the EPSCoR program and what you have already accomplished. Truly, we are very blessed to have your leadership at NSF and this very, very important time and a very important program at this important time. So thanks for all that you do and your team does in order for us to move this all forward. So I'm thrilled to be with all of you today. Clearly, I mean, this has been an extremely challenging year. The pandemic has disrupted how we live and work and has created many different economic impacts. We all know that we are facing this every day and have been at this for the last 15 months or more. There are tremendous challenges nationwide and many unprecedented challenges for the research community. And we have been sort of working with the research community to understand that, to see how we can be more responsive in addressing those challenges. The more important thing to note here is that these challenges have also disproportionately affected individuals and certain institutions and certain communities. So the disparate impacts of the pandemic have affected certain jurisdictions more than the others, and particularly the EPSCoR community has been affected a lot. But there is good news in all of this, that NSF specific response initiatives have been successful at fostering resiliency and strengthening the community's response to challenges. And this is especially true for the EPSCoR program. One EPSCoR project example, for example, would be the Backpack Lab. This is an NSF established program to stimulate competitive research called EPSCoR that you all were very aware of. This was an EPSCoR award building field-based ecophysiological genome to phenome prediction. This is a collaborative work among Kansas State University, Oklahoma State University, and Langston University. This project is developing new ways to model and predict important crop production traits in wheat through the production of mathematical models that combine observational data collected through unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, environmental instrumentation, and robots, plus genetics data. So one of the project's broadening participation endeavors is to provide students from Langston University's community, a historically Black university in Oklahoma, with backpacks containing equipment and software to study and monitor wheat plants grown wherever they are, sheltering during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are many examples of such projects. Many lab projects pivoted to work on COVID-related research. For example, the University of Idaho scientists received a rapid grant to study the transmission of COVID through breast milk. At the University of Kansas, researchers developed a rapid COVID-19 test that was commercialized for widespread use. Participation in meetings like this are a key part of resiliency. That is, learning from one another, because all of us have gone through a tremendous challenge, and all of you particularly have gone through tremendous challenges. And they were learning from one another and hearing about the many opportunities that is available throughout NSF will hopefully alleviate some of those challenges, mitigate those challenges in a way that can be constructive so that we are able to be of support to all of you. I will tell you, NSF's core goal is to promote the progress of science in ways that benefit the US public. EPSCoR is a big way that we make sure that we keep that promise to all Americans. I underscore all Americans, no matter where they are from. Through EPSCoR, NSF catalyzes the development of research capabilities across our country, creating sustainable scientific infrastructure and communities of innovation that's made possible. EPSCoR program also creates research and innovation centers focused on issues important to your jurisdictions, and many are aligned with your state's science and technology plans. I will tell you, when I came to NSF, I laid out the vision for NSF in the form of 3 pillars. The first pillar was advancing the frontiers of research into the future. The second pillar, or the central pillar of the 3, is ensuring accessibility and inclusivity, which is very, very dear to my heart, because from where I came from, I saw firsthand the importance of accessibility and inclusivity and what it can do to not only expand opportunities, but more importantly, enrich outcomes by the collective experiences from diverse backgrounds, diverse life experiences. And therefore, it is our responsibility to ensure that we are unleashing talent all across our nation, in every part of our nation. The third pillar is securing global leadership. I'm going to sort of contextualize these 3 to the EPSCoR program. Clearly, EPSCoR's goals and the progress the program has made embody these 3 pillars and demonstrate the power of partnerships. Because partnership is a foundation for all of these 3 pillars. Partnership of every form, of every type, of every mode. The uneven geographic distribution of STEM learning and opportunities across the US is a top challenge for inclusivity. One, I believe, that is not being discussed enough. There's a lot of discussion, don't take me wrong, but we need to do a lot more in order to bring the potential to the forefront and deliver on the promise that we all want delivered. NSF's mandate is to promote science nationwide. You all know that. EPSCoR allows us to truly fulfill that duty, making sure that across the nation means across all of the nation, not just places fortunate enough to have extensive research infrastructure. It cannot be that way. It should not be that way. We are at a time of unprecedented global competitiveness in research. By creating more opportunities, we pave the way for a larger, more diverse science and engineering workforce with new ideas and perspectives. Therefore, there is a clear alignment, as you can see, of my vision with EPSCoR priorities. Building partnership across all levels. For example, EPSCoR R2 tracks are all about building partnerships at different levels. Track 1 focuses on inter-jurisdictional collaborations. Track 2 focuses on intra-jurisdictional collaborations. And Track 4 focuses on developing partnerships with individual researchers and connecting them to premier private, governmental, or academic research centers. For example, EPSCoR's new Track 4, Fellows Advancing Science and Technology, that's a Track 4 FAST, which provides opportunities for PIs from minority-serving institutions to develop their individual research potential through extended collaborative visits to NASA research facilities located at NASA centers throughout the United States. NSF partnered with NASA to create this new, unique opportunity, which in itself is all about forming new partnerships. When you talk about advancing the frontiers of research, I would say it's happening at every level in EPSCoR. At the jurisdictional level, since entry into EPSCoR, many jurisdictions have nearly doubled their share of NSF funding, and many more are on their way. At the institutional level, EPSCoR Track 1 projects provide seed funding for pursuing high-risk, high-impact, and potentially transformative research. One great example of how Track 1 seed funding is helping to advance the frontier of science is in Delaware. 2 University of Delaware scientists whose hiring and early work on a beneficial soil were supported by EPSCoR. And this has seen the successful commercialization of an innovative line of seed protection products based on their research. At the individual level, in terms of research progress, again, phenomenal success stories. I'm going to give you one of them. Alex Contasta, a former Track 4 awardee who has leveraged the fellowship to create and co-lead one of the New Hampshire's EPSCoR Track 2 research thrusts, focused on leveraging intelligent informatics and smart data for improved understanding of northern forest ecosystem resiliency, called INSPIRES. Even the title is inspiring. She has also recently received another NSF grant for the Sustainable Regional Systems Research Networks, called the SRS-RN program, for a project entitled Research, Education, and Action for Coupled Human Environment Sustainability, REACHES. Again, a fantastic nomenclature with unbelievable focus in terms of the goals to be achieved. The goal of the project is to create the insights, tools, and solutions necessary for developing resilient, sustainable, equitable, and healthy communities. When you talk about global leadership, EPSCoR jurisdictions have received 69 new patents and leveraged over 1.5 billion in new awards in the past 5 years. Kudos to the amazing success that's happening, but we need to do a lot more, a lot faster, a lot better, a lot stronger, and scale at much bigger level. EPSCoR project supported over 6,500 faculty researchers and 13,200 students over the past 5 years. EPSCoR has co-funded 152 faculty early career development career awards in the past 5 years. These are sort of the epitome of excellent quality, of ideas, of people, of talent. And I'm so delighted that we have co-funded 152 career awards in the past 5 years, helping to spark the research careers of junior faculty. These are the people that will then, with their work and sustained efforts, will create unbelievable impact through inspiring talent and through their ideas clearly providing societal and economic progress like activities. When you look at broadening participation, strengthening accessibility and inclusivity as the focus, the pillar. In the past 5 years, EPSCoR supported outreach, engaged over 16,000 additional faculty in academic institutions, more than 27,000 K-12 teachers, and over 475,000 K-12 students. This is phenomenal activity. In the past 5 years, 486 underrepresented minority graduate and undergraduate students involved in EPSCoR projects attained their degrees. EPSCoR also recently funded Cultivating Indigenous Research Communities for Leadership in Education and STEM, Circles Alliance. Again, a wonderful nomenclature of what this project is all about. So inspirational. This alliance is a partnership between 6 states in the western half of the United States: Idaho, Montana, New Mexico, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming, to address the underrepresentation of American Indian and Alaskan Native students in STEM disciplines and workforce. This project is funded by EPSCoR with co-funding from NSF Includes, another fantastic program that promotes this progress of equity, inclusivity, and accessibility. EPSCoR recently partnered with NSF Includes to introduce the NSF Includes First 2 Network Alliance, which endeavors to improve the college enrollment rates and success of undergraduate STEM students with emphasis on rural, first-generation students by providing STEM research experiences, peer mentoring, and student advocacy. It is particularly focused on students in EPSCoR states. This project is funded by NSF Includes with co-funding from EPSCoR. As you can see, I can go on talking about the many individuals, many institutions, many programs, and the phenomenal impact that we are creating. But I will tell you, these, as I said earlier, these meetings are exceedingly important to share best practices, to learn from each other, with the principal objective of how we may permeate these ideas all across our nation at speed, at scale, so that the numbers that I have reported, as impressive as they are, I want them to be 10 times, 100 times, why 1,000 times more than where we should be, because that's when we would have really touched every part of our nation in fullest form. And that's when we would have actually delivered the promise that the potential in this nation that is everywhere is brought, inspired, and brought to life. And I am committed as NSF director, as Loretta said, deeply committed, because I have seen it firsthand, the unbelievable quality of ideas and the unbelievable commitment to ensuring that their talent is expressed in ways that can benefit the nation, their community, the region. And so it is our responsibility, therefore, to work hard at ensuring that we are unleashing that potential and talent across our nation. So I look forward to working with you. As I said when I started, we've got a fantastic leader in Loretta Moore. She exemplifies that we are talking about today. And she imbibes that in every part of her persona. And therefore, you can be rest assured, Loretta working with the team at NSF, the amazing crew at NSF, every one of them, we will ensure that we are delivering what you need in order for you to be successful, and therefore the nation becomes successful. Thank you all for the opportunity to be with you today. And I look forward to continuing engagement with all of you and to see the wonderful progress. And if there's anything that NSF can do, please make sure that you let us know, because you will know for sure that we are listening, we are configuring, we will ensure that we meet the challenge that we have in front of us. Thank you so much.